Hey everyone, this is John from johnloomer.com, and today we're going to talk about iFrames and why you need to use iFrames for your Facebook page. So you may recall earlier in the year, previously to customize tabs on your Facebook page, you'd use FBML, which was the Facebook markup language, similar to an HTML. And they got rid of that, and a lot of people got upset about it and then replaced it with iFrames. And then we started realizing really the power and possibilities of iframes. So iframes, what are they? In the purest form, it's an HTML element that brings in another HTML document. It frames in another HTML document. And so in everyday life, you'll use iframes all the time. You don't even know it. An example is YouTube. So while you might not even go to youtube.com, you may view a YouTube video on my website or on Facebook or another website, and that's actually through the use of an iframe where you're viewing the youtube.com's content while elsewhere. So what that means for Facebook is that you could bring in content from other sites and put it onto Facebook pages in a seamless experience and not even realize you're leaving the site. So what that means for you is that you can bring in content from your website through the use of an iframe. So while studies show that people don't typically want to leave Facebook once they're on Facebook. So instead of necessarily sending them to your website, you're bringing your website to them, and they don't even really realize it. So an example of it is right here. I'm bringing in. I create a services tab with an iframe. As you can see, I've got control over the icon. I create the icon myself. And this information, this content here, is all hosted on my website. And but it's seamless, and it looks like it's part of Facebook. And then you can click through here, and these are all pages I created specifically for this purpose. You can get a quote. I've embedded forms that are within these pages. So all this is under control from my website. The CSS, the format, all the content is mine. And what's even better is that then the traffic is also mine. So I get those numbers as well, which helps with SEO and everything else. So the possibilities, I mean, they're really endless. I mean, whatever you can do on your website, you can do within a Facebook iframe. I mean, you can sell products or services, have your own little store within iframes. You could iframe in, and actually I do this. Basically, I frame in a list of Facebook tutorials. This is really a feed, not necessarily an RSS feed, but a feed that I'm not manually changing. It's automatically updated. It's come from my website. And this is one of my pages I created. But you can do whatever you want. Forms, whatever you can do on your site, you can do here. But so the parameters, I mean, you can't necessarily just iframe in your website and people won't notice the difference. They're going to know you got to take out the header, the sidebars, the footers. Got to make sure everything's 520 pixels wide, no more than that at least. And usually you want to keep it under 800 pixels high. And basically all the pages that you want to show up within these iframes, you need to make sure satisfy those conditions. And so in the end, you could take a shortcut and go with third-party apps. They often make it easier, much easier for you, and might have decent-looking services, but they give you no control over really, I mean, some of the content, but they'll often brand it. They'll have their own icon, so you can't brand the icon. You can't control often the CSS and the formatting of the content that goes in there, and you don't get the traffic. So while in some cases it might make sense, like I use this welcome tab with static HTML. In most cases, it's so awesome to use iframes, and you do it whenever you can. It's especially good for consistency and branding. So I'll get into more details in a future tutorial about how you go about creating an iframe, but this is just a quick overview. For this tutorial and others, make sure you go to johnloomer.com. Thank you.